I think France represents a lot of history and a lot of culture. And incidentally, what I took out of it has molded me to where I am right now. It means the expression of the land and how you cultivate the land to bring out the very best. I've taken up the next leap forward to recreate a different sensory experience when it comes to liquor, spirits and wine. So I'm very interested not just about the terroir or the beginning process of making cognac, but the true vinification process, or the oenology process of making cognac in this instance. It was nice to actually feel it from the beginning, the wind blowing your hair, stepping into the middle of the vines and feeling the land, before we actually went into the other aspects of the build-up of Louis XIII. What I find that is people are so connected to not just about life, but the land that provides for them. This to me is the greatest expression of terroir. When you enter that cellar, you have an incredible burst of freshness, and what comes to mind would be the smell. A smell that you cannot replicate or you cannot reimagine in another room. It was built for this, and you could only kind of appreciate that moment. It's quite immersive actually, to be honest. And then it gets even more intense below the cellar itself, and that's where they kept their most prized treasures of Louis XIII, and you could really understand why. It's about time, and time is something we all don't have. So can you imagine they have taken the time to build such a enormous process? People need to appreciate that. And to hold on to those traditions, without any, people need to understand that about the complexities of making this cognac, making Louis XIII. But it's about moving on one legacy to another one generation to another generation. To maintain that legacy, it's extremely important, I think, to this house. And I think that what really sets it apart. I think this is not just a luxury item, but I think this is more of a statement in time in itself. So imagine that in front of you, and you're able to enjoy that.